Hey crew, what's up? It's Dr. Jared. Hopefully 18.1 went really well for you. Did for a lot of people here, but some people, hey, we had some struggles, and that's okay. What we want to do is show this hack to a particular movement. Within this, we've all done rowing, we've all done toe to bar, but not all of us have really done a ton with that dumbbell, and definitely not in the clean and jerk. Maybe a lot of snatch, but not a whole lot of clean and jerk. And what we've identified is a hack to this that would really intensify how fast you can cycle through that, as well as increase the efficiency so that you're able to get that up and your rep done in a shorter amount of time with less effort.
All right, folks, as promised, we're going to talk about the 18.1 retest hack. It's all about dominating the dumbbell. We've all done row, we've all done toe to bar, but a lot of us just haven't had the volume of work on the dumbbell, and definitely not on the clean and jerk. And I think we found something here that might refine what you're doing. At the elite level, yeah, it might be a small amount, but every little bit counts. Anything that you can think of, those fractional things that get you more reps, that's what it's actually all about. For most people, even if you're not going to retest, it's really something good to look at, because it gets you to understand, hey, if this comes up again in normal programming, I can at least start thinking of the efficiencies of what we're doing with this thing called CrossFit. So you have more efficiency, less tissue breakdown. You get to have more longevity with what you're doing. So regardless of whether you're retesting, this is probably good for you. But for those who are, let's get into it. So we're going to go back to my initial one, and we're going to look at some things here. We're going to see that I'm getting kind of loopy with that dumbbell, meaning you see it comes way out in front. Again, way out in front. And it's not that it's bad. I'm actually I feel pretty good here. This is right at the end, but it's slow. There's not a whole lot of pop. There's not a whole lot of crisp activity there. And it takes me a while to get things locked out. And what I want to see is something that's a little bit quicker here. So if we go to here, you'll notice I'll do a couple of drills here. I'm really getting that baby up to my shoulder as quick as I can, and you see that head of the dumbbell pop up. I really want to keep that momentum going so that I can speed up that process. Now, you might look at that and say, Dr. J, that looks, virtually identical. I can tell you what, it's faster and it feels a heck of a lot easier. I don't have to catch the dumbbell and then restart it again like I was doing in the other video. Again, on this one, I felt like I was having to kind of catch it and then restart it. Catch it and restart it. At that point in time, I had kind of figured out how to get that other end of the dumbbell up. But over here, what I really want to start looking at is my capability to really get it going, catch and pop. So you see these ones where I'm thinking, hey, I'm getting that dumbbell going, and now when I rebend, when it touches my shoulder, I'm going to get it going right back up. So there's no rebend. I can push press that now instead of having to do that push jerk. And so, hey, that, maybe 3.5 reps on this one will get me 5 on this one over here. And over the course of the workout, I think that's going to be very, very important. The other thing is, when we look at this one, you'll see I'm keeping that dumbbell as close to me as possible. I really start ripping it up to that shoulder as much as I can. So there's not a whole lot of loop effect around there. And that's what keeps the momentum of the bell going up, because I'm taking all my power and getting it to go up instead of out and around. So hopefully you see the differentiation in those two. Now we'll look again. We get both of these going. Okay, now we'll look at Coach Antoinette doing the demo. She's going to do the muscle clean thought. Again, that's the idea of when I was thinking, hey, can I pop this up here a little bit faster? You kind of think, let's turn this into a muscle clean. But right as the dumbbell hits the shoulder, we go into a little bit of a dip. We get the far side of the dumbbell going up, and you actually kind of start doing that right after you pop your hip. So the idea is we want a lot of that momentum to continue in the upward direction. And that's the last point. Continue the momentum with a push press. So instead of having to go into the quick little push jerk, we're able to really just continue that motion up for a very light push press. If we think of it, it's 50 pounds, it'd be 100 pounds, but really that's like a 95-pound barbell. And if we had to do that 10 times in a Metcon, that's not too hard. We don't need to think of this like it's just a 135-pound barbell. It's more like a 95-pound barbell. And if we find these efficiencies, it'll really go good for us. So if we look at Antoinette, roll through this right here, yeah, you can see she's getting a lot of that momentum going up. She's really ripping that bell, and then she can really get it going. If she tilts back, just you see her head kind of tilt back there on the way down, that's the other thing that kind of clears space for that dumbbell as it comes down. That's something that's real important so that you're efficient with lowering that dumbbell so you can be quick again. And there's, a timing thing. You see just a little bit of tilt back as that clears space for the dumbbell to come forward. Guys, hopefully that really helps out with your understanding of how to hack that dumbbell to really squeak out a good 15, 20, maybe a full round for most of us, and even for the elite people. Hey, if it helps you get those extra reps that get you to that next level, we want that to be the case. Remember, it's going to increase your speed, it's going to decrease your effort, and it's going to mean less time per round. So those are all awesome things, but there's one little caveat there. This thing can potentially spike that heart rate. So if you're feeling good with this, if you're going to retest, really pay attention to what it's doing with your cardio. If you have your stuff filmed, you might kind of look and see, hey, where am I at in terms of my split times per round, so I can know, yeah, I feel good. This is really efficient. I can still press this versus, man, I feel like I'm a little bit extra tired. Where am I at, in correlation to where I was before? So a little consideration with cardio so you don't get surprised when you do it. Good luck. Again, find us on hpcmovemob.com, Instagram at hpc.Dr.J, and Facebook at Health Performance Center. Excuse me, it should be Health and Performance Center there. And we'll be getting more of these things out there so that you can crush it out. Good luck, guys.